just in time for our chat. And today's topic is quite interesting because I really think a lot of Koreans are stressed with today's events happening not just in the world economy, but the Korean culture itself. There is notion of pali-pali or everything in a hurry, 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 hurry. Technically, that's the translation. Pali-pali culture here in South Korea, wherein everything is done in a rush. The faster way, the better. And in the workplace, the inevitable effect of these kinds of culture is that burnout and stress is rampant among employees, bosses, especially for rank and file employee like me. So today's topic is about how to de-stress here in South Korea. And I thought of this topic because as a millennial burnt out salaryman here in South Korea, I have to have a system that can help me de-stress and replenish the energy in order for me to be ready for another day's work. And South Korea, fortunately, has a lot of these methods for me to be able to distress. I will be sharing with you some of the methods I use and what the things I do in order to fight this stress. Well, I mean, the first action I always do is connect with my people. When I say my people, I'm not only saying or stating about my own countrymen. I also discuss or probably include my friends, my family from different nationalities as well, because Korea is becoming a melting pot of culture because of the necessity to have more foreigners here in South Korea to support the population decrease. And then with that kind of atmosphere and environment, you get to experience a lot of culture. And I have a lot of multicultural friends as well, which really help me de-stress. So if I need some comfort people, I need some people to be with, I need to share my stories. I have my people who supports and help me and de-stresses me in these kinds of situations, which I'm really thankful for. Because I think that's the first thing that could help you de-stress, or first group of people that can help you de-stress. Your people, your family, your friends. And if you're abroad, that's the first person you should look for, your countrymen. Because although there are notions of, like, especially for Filipinos, the crab mentality is there. And I am fortunate that the people I have met here in South Korea do not possess that kind of mentality. And in contrary, we have this notion of we really need to stick together or else we will be crumbling and suffering here in South Korea. And also, I think it's easier to suffer if you're with other people. That could sound evil, but in my mind, it's more of at least I'm not the only one suffering. So that's my first step. Actually, I find my people, I connect with my people. And then some of the things that really help me distress is, for my case, it's coffee. A warm coffee, a warm mug of coffee in any coffee shop. I'm not really picky when it comes to the type of coffee shop. It's more of the coffee for me. And I usually make sure that the money I'm paying for the coffee is worth it. So overpriced franchise coffee is not my thing. So if it's a franchise coffee, it should be like at least 2,000 Korean won or 1,500 Korean won, the cheapest version. It's more of just for the hot Americano that's really helping me de-stress. So back in my language here, I used to drink in this coffee shop near my university, the Sanma University. There's a Paik Tabang that is near the university. Well, defining near is more like 15-minute walk. so near the university, that I would go there every single day. I mean, my friends can attest to this. I went there every single day because I just want to relax and be detached from the stress of school and be able to have my own time with my iPad back then and then my headset, just relaxing with a cup of coffee regardless of the weather. Summer, winter, spring, autumn. I'm going there with my hot Americano, and some of my friends would find me sitting by the window. It's okay. I wave my hands at them, but like, I really do treasure that moment of my life. Finding peace and probably having my own time really helped me stay grounded, and probably that really helped me focus. And I mean, that place was, every time I go to Asan area, I would make sure to visit that place because for 1 year, let's say 9 months, constantly, even if it's my birthday, my friend's birthday, my family member's birthday, I would make sure at least in the morning, probably, or lunch or dinner, I would still go there. It was an addiction, but it became a therapy for me actually, and it helped me de-stress. Korea is very stressful, and there's so many sources of stress. So during my Korean language classes, that was my stress, and the coffee was my stress relief. And it continued until now because even I did my master's in Hanning University, coffee has been there to help me even if I'm stressed or drowning with requirements. Now at work, I make sure if I arrive in the office, I would prepare my cup of coffee and then my 1 liter water. And that's my de-stressor. Yeah. So if you are really stressed, I think a lot of Koreans really find therapy when they go to gyms, Pilates, or even sauna, like the Jimjilpang. And actually, this is my third in the list of my distressors, the things I do to relieve my stress. And workout is one of the things I really do in order to release the toxins I got and the stress I received, not just from work, but from life. And in South Korea, Koreans are obsessed with gyms. So that's a common thing. I won't really be discussing this much because it's a common knowledge, I think, hopefully, that working out helps you balance your mind, probably relax your mind, your body, and everything. So that is one of the proven ways to solve or de stress. And probably in relation to working out, this is something I really enjoy doing. Walking outside, even if it's rainy season, very cold, very hot, spring with a lot of the insects. It's okay. I will endure it as long as I'll be able to walk outside. Just give me a headset or earphones and then my phone, then my music. I can get lost in the way with just the music and walking, which I really enjoy here in South Korea because they have a lot of walkable places. I think I've taken you to the one under the road wherein you can walk and bike. That's really very relaxing. There's also a nearby like park near Borame. I think my friends are walking there and do their jogging sessions there. I would want to try someday to visit my friends and have a walking session with them. But for me, walking is really therapy. I hope you are finding the benefits of walking as well. Probably it's one of the best time to think, to reflect. And it has helped me a lot. Walking has helped me a lot. If I'm thinking about work, if I'm thinking about money, opportunities, I'll just go out and walk. Once I go back to my computer desk or my bed, I already know the solution. There's something with walking that gives me like my brain is flying out and going to different places, solving its own problem. And when I go back home, I'm okay. I hope that also that's the effect for you as well of walking. And then in South Korea, this is the fifth. In South Korea, there's what you call norebang. And I have a lot of friends who are really fan of Norebang. They would sing a song, release all the stress with just one good song. And if you are in South Korea, you'll be fortunate enough to visit these kinds of places. I highly suggest go to the hippie versions of the norebang or the karaoke because they have the newer songs. So if you're a really fan of, like, for example, the biggest song now, Golden, I think there's one now. So if you really want to sing, well, Filipinos really love singing, or probably some majority of us are good with singing, except for me. Karaoke is a way for you to distress. You can sing your heart out, and the Korean norebang or karaoke system, you don't see other people's what they're doing. So how they're singing, how they're projecting, you won't even hear their voices because we have a cubicle on your own, and then you can sing your heart out. This is therapy for the other people. I like joining people for a karaoke, but I'm not singing, just clapping and then appreciating their voice. And last on my list is a good Korean meal. One good Korean meal will be able to remove the stress I'm feeling for a day. For example, I'm stressed with work. I have so many deadlines, have to do a lot of projects within a day. I would just go to this very delicious pukumbap place. It's like homemade pukumbap, rice in it, and a fried rice. And I'll be able to remove my problem, forget my problem. I'm forgetting my words now. I'll be able to forget my problem and just enjoy the Korean food. Sometimes I would also try, for example, one delicious sundeguk. I hope you'll be able to find what's sundeguk. Sundeguk is very delicious. I think it's pig's blood and then the internal organs. But yeah, that's the thing. I really like those stuff. There's one delicious sundeguk area. I really like going there because every time I go there, it's like a stress relief session for me. And lastly, I think one of the most delicious food I really like eating is Korean chicken. So if I'm stressed at work, I don't have time to cook, I'll just order coffee, order chicken from BHC. That's it. And I'm really a big fan of these kinds of chicken and pugumbap and then sundekuk. Again, it's about finding something that makes you happy, makes you relaxed, makes you feel valuable. Because I think in South Korea, the stress will always be there. If even if you're a child, you'll have stress. If you're working, you'll have stress. If you're a student, you have stress. If you're a parent, you'll have stress. You're older people, you're already retired, you'll have stress. It's up to us if how we'll be able to focus and probably relieve the stress. So I hope with these tips about how to distress here in South Korea, you'll be able to find some actions that works. Actions that work for you and fit your preference. Probably karaoke is not a good thing for you, then replace it with something you like to do. Movie, that could be a good therapy. Walking is too basic for you. Mountain climbing or probably going uphill in the Bukhansan. That could be a good therapy. And stress is always there. We won't be able to remove it completely. The best thing we can do is actually manage it. In a world like South Korea we're in, everything is moving very fast. It's really up to you to be able to manage your stress and not be drowned by the continuous flow of worries, problems, stress. Because again, in the end of the day, you have the power. And that's quick. That's our time. Thank you for dropping by. And be sure to mark your next week for another session in just in time for chat.